abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, right? Because all the riches of the Gentiles, we're gonna take it from them. All the riches we're gonna take from them, right? And it says, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. These heathens, their forces, they're going to come unto us. All what they have, we're going to take. Everything, literally. Everybody's going into slavery. Everything they have is ours. Whatever you have, no, is mine. That's how it's going to be, you know? The multitude of camels shall cover thee. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold, so we're going to have lots of gold as well, and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar, which is the Ishmaelite sons, the flocks of Kedar, which is Ishmael's his children. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nabath shall minister, which means to minister is to be a slave unto thee. So, let me see. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. I'm going to move on from there, right? Let me see what we got. We have nothing around here, okay. We're going to go to there from Isaiah 55:7. Isaiah 55:7. And it says, Isaiah 55:7. Right, because Israel got to forsake his wicked ways and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, right? In order for the Most High to deliver you, right? And it says, let the wicked forsake his ways, let the wicked forsake his way, and the righteous man his thoughts. You see, that's one thing I gotta work on to my thoughts. Sometimes I gotta be thinking some bad shit. Yeah, it says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Most High, and he will have mercy upon him, unto our power. Right? It says, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, unto our power, for he will abundantly pardon. Right? Because the Most High will abundantly pardon us. The Most High will forgive us. I want scripture that say that the Most High, I want to get scripture, but my hands are too cold to be getting scriptures, you know, right now. I want scripture that say that the Most High is I think it's slow in wrath and quick in mercy. Something to that effect, you know? But forget it, but anyways, moving on though, right? From there, we're gonna go to from there we're gonna go to Roman. Right, because some of our people think that because we're under grace that we should go break the commandments and go off. We cannot that's wickedness, right? Because we established the law, right? And it says Romans 6:1-4. Right, and it says, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? That's what the Lord said. Let the wicked man forsake his way. Let the wicked man forsake his way, his sins, his ways. You know. Let me come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Right? Because we are under a period that the Most High could forgive us, because we are under grace actually, but we cannot continue sinning. We have to try to keep the commandment to the best of our ability, right? The Most High forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Yahawah Mashiach were baptized into his death, right? Because in Christ died for us, right? Yahawah died for us for our sins, right? And he did the work, right? So we're supposed to also give our body as a living sacrifice, come up here and do the work as well, right? And it says, know ye not that so many of us as were baptized unto Yahawah Mashiach were baptized unto his death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, right? Because now we believe on him. But Christ also speaks about the law, that we have to keep the law as well, right? That like as Yahawah the Mashiach was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so also should we in newness of life. Even ourselves have to renew ourselves in our spirit, right? In our mind, right? And keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities. Because we are under grace. The law is not going to save us, but you cannot be ignorant about it too. You understand? You got to keep the laws to the best of your ability, right? Now we're going to go from there. We're going to go from there to Romans, the same chapter, 14 till 15 we're going to read. Same chapter, Romans 6, 14 till 15. And it says, "14 to 15, yeah, there we go." And it said, "For sin shall not have dominion over you," right? For sin shall not have dominion over you. You understand? "For ye are not under the law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under the grace? But under grace, the Most High forbid." You see? Because the law teaches us you can't be a faggot. So because you're under grace, you're going to continue being a faggot? Really? I tell you. Right. So now we're gonna continue. We're gonna go Romans 7 and 7. Romans 7 and 7. Romans 7 and 7, it says, what shall we say then? It says, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? The Most High forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law. For I have not known sin, but by the law, because the law says, do not be a faggot. So you have to establish the law. You have to keep the law. For I have not known lust, except the Lord say, thou shalt not covet. You see, I have not known lust, unless the Lord say, thou shalt not covet. Covet is lust, to desire. Someone's wife, someone's whatever they have, you're supposed to desire it. Okay? From there, I'm gonna go to John 3 and 4. That is actually 1 John. 1 John 3 and 4. First John. First John 3 and 4. And it says, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is a transgression of the law. So you see, not because you're under grace you're going to commit sin, because whosoever committeth sin transgresseth the law. So sin, so it says, for sin is the transgression of the law. Right? You understand? So we, as Israelites, you got to try to keep the law to the best of your ability, you know? Because that's how it is. Right. I'm gonna hit one more hour here, then I'm out. Damn. It's cold, you know? It's very cold. That's what I need right now. Anyways. Now we're gonna go Leviticus. Yeah, we could go to the law, right? And Leviticus 11, 7 till 8, right? And it says, Leviticus 7, 11, about the law that you're not supposed to do. 7 till 8. And it says, because you're not supposed to be eating pig just because we're under grace. Because the law, we established the law. So if we have to keep the law to the best of our ability, that doesn't mean that you have to, because that's what the Christian church teach, like, because we are under grace, that you can eat pig, when it's not so, you understand? So, what's going on, y'all alright? It says, and the swine Leviticus 11:7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and is cloven footed, he chewed not the cud.